It's a couple different ways you make it out this life. Know your steps just in case they come cut out the lights. Got no respect for no reading out my rights. Fame expensive, maybe we can speak about the price. When they talk about my name, know I define greatness. We couldn't rush a day, it took divine patience. Ain't nothing been the same, that's just my observation. These memories never fade, no I cannot erase them. I done watched loyalty disintegrate, blowing in the wind, windows down on the interstate. I was confused, I always thought when the money came, that meant sunny days and all your problems just went away. Ain't nothing slow me down like when I had a Sprite. Sometimes it was, then it was like we was at the light. Baby, that precise, you're not familiar with begging God to just bring them back. My energy protected, I've been burning sage. Follow how you feel it, you won't be led astray. I said it and I meant it. Don't know no other way. They ask me how I'm doing, I tell them I'm doing great. Cause if I really wasn't, could you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? When your talent speak for itself, never pretend to be great. I moved on from that Nike box, I tried to fill up a safe. Get real, it turn you numb, feel like your feelings erased. You ain't never got the...
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The double clutch. And the layup is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first points up on the board for Oklahoma City. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And here are the Heat now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Hero. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. That one good for 2. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Here's Adebayo. Burks on the wing. Pass to Ware. Clock is at 3. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander has length, has anticipation, makes a defensive play and turns it into offense.
Wiggins surveying the floor to end the run, and he lays it up and in.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
Holmgren can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Ware. So here's Burks. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, you love the cleverness of Alec Burks. My goodness, how remarkable is that into the lane and finish?
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, "We've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift them to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup." Kevin?
D.A., the versatility. That is pretty special. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Has to Ware. Wiggins outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Williams. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Inside. Ware. And he dunks it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. To Gilgeous-Alexander. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Miami trailing. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with the statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
And here's Wiggins after the three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Good ball movement here by Miami. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
Substitution on the court.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep three-point land, Miami grabs the miss. Pass to Adebayo. Holmgren with the steal. To the paint. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land.
Hey, yo, KJ, man. Hey, I don't blame Kaiser around me. Sit behind this, I dog me. Hey, I wasn't too good at math. On God, I run with problems. Hey, I'm a money harlot. I need all of it. People falling, tryna go, money calling. 34, feel like Giannis. Niggas Giannis. Bro, that's behind me. Get on side me. I don't party. And the mic money Scotty. Toys, try me. Harley. Harley. I say, foot locker, I won't go hit Barney. Look just like Barney, and I live it, you record it. Daytime, he performance. Nighttime, I'm in the foreign. No, got it parted. Why she think she important? Hey, old time, you ain't getting none. I like my boy. She 5, son. I'm tired, I'm way too big. I know you weak, hey, baby, don't lie, I know you sleep. Hey, when I get home, I just won't. You already know I don't. Hey, what you doing with all that? I know you know what I mean. Got plenty cash, life ain't nothing but a feet. I hope you know that I don't play cards around me. Hit behind this, I dog me. I wasn't too good at math, on God, I run with problem solvers. I'm a money harlot, I need all of it. People falling, tryna go, money calling. 34, feel like Giannis. Niggas Giannis, hey, bro, that's behind me. Get on side me, I don't party. And the mic money Scotty, toys, drive me.
And along with Grant Hill and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Allie LaForce, our reporter. And the tip goes to the Nets. Thomas outside. To the inside. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Thomas. Russell with the ball. Shoots over ball. Back to Thomas. Great D that time from Miller.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
They get it back. Nice move. Claxton with the block. And here they come. Here's Williams. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Josh Green.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league, not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks, they've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Allie, thank you. There's Ball with a 3, and the three-pointer goes.
LaMelo Ball able off the dribble to get into that jumper so fluidly there.
Here's Russell. Williams grabs the board. And Williams has got the ball here for Charlotte. Pass to Miller. Back to Williams. Ball looks over the floor. Out to Bridges. And here is Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Green for 3. And he buries his first look.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Thomas outside. Pass to Russell. This one for three. And again, it's the Nets missing. Hornets leading by 5. Ball right side. Fires from deep. This is another. Just 1 of 4 from the floor. Williams from long range. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Pass to Miller. Here's Williams. Another shot. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Williams has got his second basket.
And he's just beating them to the punch on the boards right now. I mean, he's making a real big statement.
Yeah, we're seeing some early signs that he is on his game. That putback's a good illustration of the work he's ready to put in tonight.
Johnson with a bucket.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
The three from Ball. Controls the rebound and the putback. Williams has got 6 points.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Down low. Williams.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Count that bucket.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Back to Russell. The kick out to Williams. Here's the three.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
And here's Green from the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ball with a steal. The pull-up J. Williams grabs the board. A good look from Johnson. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Now that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
And here's Ball. He's got 5. Miller outside. What if it goes? He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hornets out in front. They lead by... Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Ooh, the deft touch on the lob. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
Looking to end this cold spell. Pass to Nurkic. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Doris at 7 feet tall and almost 300 pounds. Yusuf Nurkic often is the biggest human on the court.
B.A., we might as well refer to him as the immovable object. This guy has slimmed down. He's in incredible shape. But Nurkic is an old-school big, and he is a force to be reckoned with around the rim. Not just because of that size and strength, but because of his skill as a passer and a finisher.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how How does this give him an advantage in his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to review the game plan. Nets trail by 6. Melton up top. Pass to Clowney. Hits the trifecta. Clowney's got his first 3 points of the game.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Spins. Inside. The kick out to Ball. Clock at 6. Now here's Williams to the middle. Knocked away. Stolen by Sharp. Fast break, Brooklyn. Tries the 9-footer. That one a little long. Hornets leading by 3. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Let's go with a 3. Sinks the tray. Thomas has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's Ball. He hits it, his 4th make in 10 tries.
The basketball IQ is already so impressive. Love seeing LaMelo Ball get crafty in the pick and roll.
Over to the left wing. Back to Thomas. Outside Johnson. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's Ball. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Now, you love the tenacity right there of LaMelo Ball. Play through the contact, get the and one opportunity.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Hornets leading by 5. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Goes up on the wing. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, LaMelo using his speed.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Pass to Johnson. Back to Johnson. Will it go? Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Ball outside. From deep. From distance, LaMelo Ball.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo so confident from distance.
And the timeout called here by Jordy Fernandez. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Some noise, everyone.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Nets trail by 10. 58 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Thomas outside. Outside Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Outside Russell. Sends it home from three-point land. Russell's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
In catch-and-shoot situations, you've got to be balanced and in control. Mr. Russell, well done.
Good chance here for Thomas. Rebounded by Green.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
To the paint. Williams' shot is good. Williams has got 8 points.
Well, boy, Miles Bridges showing you that he's not just a scorer. How about that pass and setup?
Russell with the ball. Here's Claxton. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
Great awareness in crucial situations. Nicely done.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They've led by as much as 10. And he's going for the oop here. Out to Bridges. Here's Ball. Plenty of space. Getting it to fall there. He's 8 of 15 in the game.
Well, LaMelo Ball in the catch-and-shoot game. He says, I can get off the ball as well.
Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Miles Bridges up in the air above the rim. That is a show. Look out below.
And the timeout called here by Jordy Fernandez. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Nets trail by 9. Here's Russell. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Bridges. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Thomas for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Thomas has got 5 points in the quarter.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Screen by Bridges. Here's Ball. LaMelo working inside.
Well, the great length and the great size of the backcourt, LaMelo Ball continues to improve as an interior scorer.
Pass to Thomas. With the drive. Outside for Russell. And the layup falls. Russell's got 5 points.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Charlotte leading by 6. All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
Russell, that's good. He has 7.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
Pass to Okogie. Back to man. Shot clock at 5. And it's off from 3-point range. Nets trail by 7. And here's Thomas. Covered by Smith. In the air. And it's finished off by Thomas as he lays it in. Thomas has got 7 points here in the quarter.
Boy, it looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
Okogie's shot is off. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Pass to Johnson. Back to Watford. From downtown, and Johnson is good for 3.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
The drive by man. From outside the arc. Charlotte again missing.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Here's Nurkic. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Nurkic has got 5 points.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Wilson. Nails it from 3. He's got 5. The Hornets with the lead. Here's Smith. Still no points. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
A crafty finisher. Smith has a variety of ways he can finish a drive.
Outside Johnson. To the inside. Over Williams. Offline with a baseline jumper. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's the Hornets up by 3. And we'll... 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Here's Johnson. Pass to Clowney. Back to Johnson. Here's Wilson. to the wing, right side. And here's Sharp. Outside Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. He nails it, and we're tied.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride and makes it look easy.
And Watford, here we go. Outside Johnson. Watford outside. And he gets that one.
After being behind for so long, they must be relieved to finally get this thing tied up.
Oh, it got ugly there for a stretch. Nothing was working, but they've come back and have a chance to seal the deal.
They get it back. Williams. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Watford outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on ball. Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden, Doris.
Well, B.A., consider in that trade, they gave away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and 4, count them, 4 first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
Russell attacking. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
On the wing, Green. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Hornets lead by 5.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
So the Nets making a switch here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordy Fernandez's huddle. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Inside. Here's Johnson. Unable to get that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. Outside, Green. Pass to Bridges. Beyond the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Great job on the glass. Bodies down low, needing to fight for position. That's perfect.
Now here's Claxton. To the middle. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got 9 points now in the second half.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
The 3 from Ball. Claxton with a rebound. Nets trail by 3. Back to Thomas. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Pass to Thomas. And Williams over to help. Down low. Claxton. Takes a 13-footer. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And it's Green missing. And Brooklyn with possession here. It's a 3-point game. And here's Thomas from the arc.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
His production has been unbelievable. A testament to how much he cares about his craft.
All outside. He takes it in. Up again. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. Pass to Russell. Thomas. He's guarded by Bridges.
It's been great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock. Ball.
Claxton with the block. To take the lead. Oh, offline. And now we've got an intentional foul. First free throw is good. And that'll put him up 2. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
There's 6 seconds left to the fourth. The three from Russell. Misses the three. And so the big win by Charlotte in a tight game. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.